What is a company voluntary arrangement? How can it help you? A company voluntary arrangement, or a CVA, is a procedure whereby a company can continue to trade even though it's insolvent. In other words, by insolvent, I mean there is insufficient cash flow being generated by the business to pay its ongoing liabilities. A CVA is to be used rather than a CVL or any other procedure if the company is already or is likely to return to profitability in the near future and debts can be paid off over an extended period of time. The CVA is a tailored plan to repay to creditors, usually over a 3-year period, what the company can afford to pay. It should be possible to identify the reasons why the company has got into difficulties and how these problems do not recur in the future. A CVA is sometimes used if there is good reason to wish to keep the company trading, such as a license agreement or other contractual agreements that could not be transferred to a new company. We would carry out a full review of the trading position of the company and assess the future trading position. During this review process, decisions can be made about any redundancies or other cost-cutting steps. Based on this realistic assessment of the viability of the company, we would agree with you the plan that the company could afford to put forward to creditors. This is called the offer to creditors, or more formally, the proposals. In practice, the amount repaid is likely to be less than 100% and may be as low as 25% to 40%. As part of our work, we will speak to your bankers, the taxman and any other major supplier to explain the plan in more detail and get their support. These are delicate negotiations and not all insolvency practitioners have the experience or expertise to deal with this. Once the detailed report of the financial position of the company, an offer to creditors has been finalised, this will be filed in court and a meeting of creditors called. At the meeting of creditors, it would be necessary to have at least 75% of the voting creditors voting in favour of the offer you have made for the CVA to become a binding agreement between the company and its creditors. In practice, so long as the report and offer to creditors has been well thought through, it is likely that the creditors will agree. Up to the point of the agreement by the creditors, I'm referred to as the nominee. And after the creditors meeting, I'm the supervisor. We will make sure that these things happen as quickly as possible, as time in these circumstances is often scarce. It will usually take about 14 days from your initial meeting with us to the report being filed in court. There needs to be a further 14 days notice given to the creditors of the meeting.